The phone buzzed once on the nightstand, a single vibration that sliced through the dark like a scalpel. I reached for it out of habit, thinking it was the office, but the screen lit up with a name I didn't recognize. J. Just a letter. My thumb hovered, then tapped. The message preview was enough to stop my heart. Can't stop thinking about last night. When can I taste you again? I sat up slowly, the sheets pooling around my waist, and stared at the glow until it dimmed. Sarah was asleep beside me, one arm flung across my pillow, her breathing soft and even. She looked innocent. She always had. 10 years of marriage, 2 kids asleep down the hall. And here was a stranger's words burning holes in my retinas. I didn't wake her. Not yet. Instead, I slipped out of bed, padded barefoot to the kitchen, and opened her laptop on the counter. The password was still our anniversary 0915. Trust had made me lazy. Her messages app synced automatically. I scrolled. Jay, you looked so beautiful in that red dress. Sarah, you make me feel seen. Jay, he ever tell you that? Sarah, he used to. My throat closed. I read until the words blurred, until I saw the hotel receipts tucked in her email, the late-night book club, that ended with selfies in bar bathrooms, her lipstick smeared, eyes bright in a way I hadn't seen in years. The affair had been going on for 4 months. 4 months of lies stacked like bricks around the life we'd built. I closed the laptop and stood in the dark, hands braced on the cold granite. The house was quiet except for the hum of the fridge. I thought about the kids, Lily's gap-toothed grin, Max's obsession with dinosaurs, and felt something inside me crack open, slow and irreversible. Morning came gray and reluctant. Sarah shuffled in wearing my old college sweatshirt, hair in a messy knot, humming under her breath. She kissed my cheek like nothing was wrong. Coffee? She asked. I nodded. My voice was steady when I said, we need to talk. She froze, mug halfway to her lips. About what? I slid her phone across the table. The screen was locked, but the preview of Jay's latest text glowed. Miss you already. Her face drained of color. The mug slipped from her fingers and shattered on the tile, coffee splattering like blood. Ethan. Who is he? My voice didn't shake. I was surprised by that. She opened her mouth, closed it. Then the tears came, fast and theatrical. It's not what you think. It's exactly what I think. I pulled up the messages on my own phone, screenshots I'd taken at 3 a.m., and turned the screen toward her. 4 months, Sarah. 4 months of, he makes me feel alive. She sank into a chair, hands twisting in her lap. I was suffocating, she whispered. You stopped noticing me. The kids, the mortgage, your job, you're always gone. He listens. He sees me. I laughed, a sound like breaking glass. I see you every day. I see you packing lunches, folding laundry, falling asleep on the couch waiting for me to come home. I see you, Sarah. I just didn't see this. She stood suddenly, voice rising. You want the truth? He makes me feel alive. Like I'm not just a mom, not just a wife, not just invisible. You used to look at me like I was the only person in the room. When's the last time you did that? The words hit like a slap. I thought of our anniversary last year, me stuck in Tokyo, sending flowers that arrived wilted. I thought of the nights I came home late, kissed her forehead while she pretended to sleep. I thought of the way her laugh had grown quieter, like a radio losing signal. But none of that excused this. I was building something for us, I said. For the kids. For the future. You were tearing it down. She cried harder. I didn't mean for it to happen. It was supposed to be. Supposed to be what? A fling? A wake-up call. I stepped closer, voice low. You brought him into our bed, Sarah. Metaphorically, literally, I don't even know anymore. You let him touch what was mine. Her sobs choked off. What do you want me to say? I want you to say you're sorry. I want you to mean it. But more than that. I took a breath, steadying the tremor in my chest. I want you to pack a bag. Her eyes widened. Ethan. Tonight. You can stay with your sister. I'll tell the kids you're helping Aunt Claire with the new baby. They don't need to know yet. You're kicking me out? Her voice cracked. I'm protecting what's left. I met her gaze unflinching. You wanted to feel alive? Congratulations. Now live with the consequences. She reached for me, fingers brushing my sleeve. We can fix this. Counseling. I'll end it. I swear. I stepped back. You don't get it. It's not about him. It's about you. You looked at our life and decided it wasn't enough. I can't unsee that. The silence stretched, thick and poisonous. Upstairs, Lily's voice called out, sleepy and confused. Daddy. Sarah flinched. I turned away, climbing the stairs with legs that felt like lead. Lily stood in the hallway, rubbing her eyes. Where's Mommy? She'll be back soon, I lied, scooping her up. Her small arms wrapped around my neck, trusting. I held her tighter than I should have. That night, Sarah left with one suitcase and red-rimmed eyes. She kissed the kids goodbye, promising adventures and ice cream. They waved from the porch, confused but excited. I watched her taillights disappear down the street and felt the final thread snap. Days blurred. I learned to braid hair with YouTube tutorials. I burned dinners and ordered pizza. I lay awake listening to the empty side of the bed breathe. The divorce papers came faster than I expected. She didn't fight the custody arrangement. Maybe guilt. Maybe relief. One evening, Max found her lipstick in the bathroom drawer. Mommy's, he said, holding it up like evidence. I took it from him gently. She'll come get it soon. He nodded, satisfied, and ran off to build a Lego fortress. I stood in the bathroom, turning the tube over in my hands. The color was called Revived. I laughed until I couldn't breathe. Some nights I still check her old social media. Jay posted a photo of them in Paris, her head on his shoulder, Eiffel Tower glowing behind them. The caption found my spark. She liked it within minutes. I closed the app and looked around our house. The walls still held her laughter, her perfume, the dent in the couch where she used to curl up with a book. But the space beside me was mine now. Quiet. Painful. Real. I stayed calm when I ended it. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I just drew the line and stepped over it, carrying my kids with me. Betrayal doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers, you weren't enough. I refused to let it define me. The story isn't over. Lily asks when Mommy's coming home. Max draws pictures of our family with a stick figure Sarah waving from far away. I tape them to the fridge and promise myself they'll know love that doesn't lie. One day maybe I'll feel alive again. Not because someone else ignites me, but because I choose to burn on my own terms. For now, I hold the pieces together with shaking hands and a heart that's learning how to beat without her.